auditorium committee, and it's kind of.
We're still going.
I think you're.
We're still going.
It's the first I've heard of it since Janet resigned. So, but at the same time, it's just another one of those pieces of city minutia that we're trying to dig through, and I think the intent is well written and well thought out, but at the same time, I don't see a whole lot of people standing at the door saying I'm willing to help out whenever something they're willing to criticize, and they're willing to help when it's of their opinion, just like people at this table are. We're willing to fight for something that is our opinion, but a committee isn't going to fix all the problems. And taking the responsibility off of us, I think us going out and, it took almost 8 months for this table, almost a full 7 months, for this table to have a workshop to set goals for 2011 that was proposed in January. I don't see where having a citizen advisory committee would have solved that by not getting it set up and going. We need as 7 people plus 2 sitting at this table to press forward and make things happen, and I think it'd be amazing what kind of progress we'd see if we could do that.
Anybody else?
I hope
I don't really think that we would have to do anything. I think they could just do it on their own, organize themselves, come here and speak maybe at public comments, and maybe they'll come up with an idea that none of us thought of. I don't think it can hurt. Any kind of public participation should be welcomed.
Doc?
I think Ken over here said it right. Friday mornings, we'll hear all about this. I don't want to hear about it tomorrow morning. I want to hear about it 4 days before the meeting, what they think. And he's right. We get our phone calls Fridays. I want my phone calls Monday before the meeting or before that. So I have a chance to think about it too. Like I said, they have no power. But there will be people on this who want to help out and express their voice. Because other people will be talking to them too. Give everybody a better chance. Right now, some of these commissions, they're shut off. They want to do what they want to do because they think they know what's best for the people. None of us here knows what's best for the people. We have to ask them. We can't get around to see everybody. And some people are too shy to talk to a councilman. Believe that or not, they really are.
I believe it. Anybody else? Okay. No further discussion. Was there a motion of any sort? I didn't hear one. We didn't record one. Okay, if there's no further discussion, we enter into agenda setting. Motion
to discuss.
Second?
Second.
Okay, made and second. All right, who's first? Who's on first? Who's on deck? Miss Ballance.
I don't know if it's appropriate to add it to the agenda or not, but we need to have a mid-year budget review as quickly as possible. So I guess we'll add that to the agenda. Mid-year budget review. Nobody wants to have a mid-year budget review?
Second. I'm sleeping.
Okay, it's on.
I'd like to have on the committee and authority reports and vacancies. I'm ready to give y'all an YBRC update. And that would be Yellow Bag Research Committee. We can just add that, can we not?
Yeah.
I'd like to add to the agenda discussion of having an independent forensic / investigative audit. Anybody else want to do that?
Yeah. Second.
You're going to have to find money to pay for it.
Okay. I'd like to add to the agenda a discussion of the Nellie Clark lawsuit? Are we in a lawsuit with Nellie Clark or with her attorney, or
With Nellie Clark?
we are?
Yes, ma'am. We can't discuss
We
it.
can't discuss it.
No, ma'am, we cannot.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to add to the agenda a discussion of the digital sign addition to the ordinance. How do I want, anybody want to help me out? How do I want to say that? We need to talk about putting the kibosh on digital signs.
It's on a moratorium right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so we probably need to talk about it before it goes off a moratorium.
I think it was 6 months that we put it on.
It's about to expire if it hasn't
So,
already.
so we either need to
I don't think
extend the moratorium or talk about it and get it settled.
You can put it on there for discussion next time. Okay.
Yes?
Who's the second?
I'll second.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'd like to put on the agenda a discussion of requirements for the finance director.
It's in the city handbook, I believe.
I'd still like to discuss it.
Okay, that's fine. Discuss it.
Second?
Second?
Second.
Okay, I'd like to discuss a moratorium on capital improvements to the city parks.
Second.
Mr. DeVito.
With all due respects, we overlook so many things when you just keep piling these things on the agendas, and these meetings run, 3, 4, 5 hours.
Are we in discussion?
Well, I didn't know if you had
Point of
finished or
order.
not.
Are we in discussion?
Yeah, we're in discussion.
We are in discussion? I thought we were adding things to the agenda.
Well, you didn't say anything else. He had his hand up.
I didn't think we discussed adding things to the agenda. I thought we discussed the things we were adding to the agenda when the meeting came and they came up on the agenda.
He called point of order, so I have to address it. Did you call a point of order, Mr.
I
DeVito?
would interject that
Okay.
it's
I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
7 new items on the agenda for the next council meeting with all the agenda items we have. We're never going to clear half of these things off of here.
Well, that's a real positive outlook.
Truth hurts.
I didn't even get the last two. What were they?
Discussion of moratorium on capital improvements to the city parks. Discussion of requirements for the for our finance director. Digital signs, mid-year budget review,
Got that much.
yellow bags, independent forensic investigative audit. That's my list.
Anybody else? Mr. Berry?
I'd like to recommend that we have our mid-year budget as a workshop and not in a
That's a
council
great
meeting.
idea. I kind of didn't know how to go with that, so I'd be
I mean, we just,
totally down with the
that's
workshop.
a 2-hour item at least. And I don't
So
think
do we
we
need to
must-
have it on the agenda so we can discuss when to have it?
We can go ahead and discuss it in the next meeting when to have a mid-year
Okay.
budget review.
Yeah, we need to have it. It's already August.
That's all right, yeah. So as long as
Anybody
we
else?
don't have the mid-year budget review at the next meeting.
Thank you. Thank
Anybody
you
else?
for your input.
Mr. Powell?
I always go home and find 15 things that Mr. DeVito would wish I'd keep my mouth shut because our agendas are too long the way it is. Discussion of the hospital commission and their discussion of the hospital commission / hospital.
Second.
Anybody else? No further? All right. Close agenda setting. Council comments, Mr. Pownell, jump in.
Well, as I said, it takes teamwork. Those of you who are out there with nothing better to do than sitting here for 3 or 4 hours watching us try to do our thing, we request your help very fervently, very seriously, because that's what we're here to do, is to serve the citizens, not our own agenda. and if we do have an agenda, I'm sorry, Mr. DeVito, that's 15 items long based on request of council, this is the only time that we can legally talk to each other. And if we're here for 5 hours and somebody has to leave and we still have a quorum, so be it. But if we have a job to do, we have a job to do. And I think the people that do call me, I kind of like Doc, I'd rather get the calls before, as long as they can get the agendas wherever they're posted and on the web page. I'm more than glad to take their input and express their concerns. Thank you.
Mr. Berry?
Nothing for me. Thank you.
Mr. DeVito?
Thank you. Well, yeah, I do have a problem with the agenda and items like what was dropped on us tonight in the form of an emergency. And 2 of the council representatives never having had a vote cast by the voters for them somehow are willing to take it upon themselves to encumber the Parks Commission by requiring them to get permission from the City Council
This item
to
on the-
They
modify.
can discuss whatever he wants to in council.
Excuse me, I've got the floor here. Do you mind? Is there a problem?
No, sir, there's not. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm sorry for the interruption. Some people don't know proper procedure. I give them the benefit when it's their time to speak. I don't interrupt them.
Please continue.
So these council members want to require the parks to receive permission from us at council to modify, alter, construct, install, demolish, buy, sell, trade, financially encumber, or contractually obligate any and all land and property and assets and management of the parks. And as the parks director explained, basically if he wanted to buy toilet paper for the bathrooms, it would have to come across council. This is just the first ordinance you're going to see at this table, because I can just about guarantee you next it will be the police department, and after that it will be the CAPC. Now, there's just so much some of the commissioners can do here at the table. It requires the input of the people from the community to express their wishes and how they would like their city to be run. Never having been elected, they've never had to run a campaign and answer to the public in order to get elected. That's quite a learning experience that I've done a number of times in the community, sometimes successfully, sometimes not successfully. But it requires the input of the people for certain council members to understand what the people in this community want. And I don't think you want the city council to micromanage every single department in the city. And that's where we're headed. This is just the first salvo, and there will be more after this. So the cost of freedom is eternal vigilance, and the public needs to be vigilant as to what's occurring here at the council table. You need to tell your friends, you need to get involved, you need to be proactive. We do have petitions for changing the form of government, which will allow the people in the community more say-so in how their city government works. If this is the city government you want, fine. Sit at home, sit on your hands, don't get involved, don't do anything. But I can tell you that they're going to dismantle what has taken 100 and some years to accomplish, and I think we've got a lot to be proud of in this city. And right now you have a few people who haven't been elected who are going to dictate how this city's going to look. So it's up to you. This is your city. You can do what you want with it. I'll continue to work as your representative and do the best I can, but there's just so much I can do. Thank you very much.
Mr. Raphael?
I agree with James. It's time to citizens to speak up. That's all I have.
that all you have, sir?
Yes.
Doc?
I hate to say this, but sometimes we don't always agree, but sometimes we do agree. Mr. DeVito is right. If you don't like what we're doing, call us. Call any of us. I get very tired of people saying, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Why'd you let them do that? Well, why didn't you say something? Maybe we wouldn't do this or do that. It's very aggravating for us to sit here and hear complaints after the fact. You have plenty of time to reach any of us. We're very much out in the public and we're easy to get a hold of. And as far as the thing about the perks, I think they're trying to please a very few and heck with the masses.
Thank you, Doc. Ms. Ballance?
First of all, I'd like to publicly apologize to you, Mr. Mayor, for getting a little heated with you earlier in the meeting.
I accept your apology.
I apologize.
Appreciate it.
I'd like to thank the public for all the calls of support I've been getting, for all the offers of support I've been getting. I appreciate you. I appreciate you letting me know what's on your mind and how you'd like to see this town move in a more healthy direction. I truly appreciate it. I know some of us feel like some others are not cooperating, and of course the others are feeling the same way. So it's a two-way street, and almost everything anybody says can be thrown right back in that person's lap. And so I'm hoping this city can move in a more healthy direction. Please continue to call me. Even if you don't agree with me, it always helps me to think about things and understand things better if you all tell me what you're thinking and let me know. So I truly do appreciate that, and I appreciate the opportunity to serve my community. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So I guess it's my turn. First, I'd like to thank the council for carrying on with business while I was gone on vacation. Had a very good vacation. Just let everybody know we rode over 6,125 miles in 2 weeks. See some awesome country. We got great country here. There's great country other places. But in our trip, we stopped and asked a lot of people to come to Eureka Springs. Some of them knew where we were at, some of them didn't. So we just showed them. So it was a quasi-business, get acquainted with everybody trip, especially in Eureka, California. They were thrilled to death we had a sister city in Arkansas. The Grand Street project is drawing nigh to completion. I believe one lane is open right now. Thanks to the council for taking care of that issue while I was gone also. Had they not that we had a lot of rain to wash all the rest of the dirt off with, but it probably just clotted off. I have some concerns about micromanagement, but I will not go into it right now. What I will do is go ahead and read a list of events, starting with August the 4th through the 6th, the CA 2011 Summer Music Festival at the Auditorium. I'm assuming that's classic music, which should be awesome. August the 5th through the 6th, the 17th Annual Yards and Yards Sales. August the 5th through the 7th, the Diversity Weekend. August the 12th through the 14th, the EUREKA multi-sport event is going to be held here in town, first time ever. I believe we've got over 55 entrants in a multi-sport event, which involves triathlons, bike races, swims, all kinds of stuff. Should be interesting. August the 13th is the second Saturday Gallery Stroll. Is that downtown on Spring Street? On Spring Street. August the 15th, school starts. And it's on us again. Free music in the park at Basin Park. That's all I have. Unless anybody has any further comments, we will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Out of here.